we have covered the difficult words from lesson 1. Now from here onwards, we will be beginning our lesson. We will begin our lesson with this topic, why libraries are important for society. So there are many points in answer to this question. The first point explains that libraries play a bridge between developed and developing countries. And the quality of information, that is the concern and challenge for everyone. So we can say that libraries are important, and the librarian is the connecting person who play a very important role between the source and the user. And libraries need space where people can come and socialize together and discuss and also learn different things, do research, socialize, and carry many more functions. Because it is something which creates a continuous flow of information. So libraries are important, and the person in library who looks after all the books and take care of all the book materials, subjects, is known as librarian. So librarian is an important person because he is the connecting person between the source, where we'll find the books, and also the user, the person who is coming in the library. Now here you can see the first point. It is personalization of information provision is important in library. For example, when any person or a user comes in the library and talks to the librarian for any particular information, then that information needs to be kept in person only. So that is the responsibility of the librarian, to keep that information personal. And the public libraries play very important role. And if we talk about the future of libraries, then we can say that future of library would depend on how flexible the libraries are. So accordingly, the future will depend, because as we all can see that nowadays technology is coming. So physical books have converted into virtual books. So that is why flexibility is important. And also the ICT is one of the important thing, or we call it as a key driver. Because nowadays everything is changing, everything is so fast, and we are moving in a digital world. So it is a challenge that everything is digital now. Now let us discuss the objectives of this video. We will be able to define a library and an information center. Also, we will be able to describe the purpose and functions of a library and an information center. and we will be able to explain the role of libraries and information centers in modern society. This word, library, is derived from Latin word libraria, which means a book place. It originated from the term liber, which means a book. And this quotation, you can see in the bold form, this quotation has been taken from Oxford Companion to the English Language. And this quotation says that library is a collection of books, periodicals, and or other materials primarily written and printed. So these are the various formats which are available in the library. So let us now understand the Harrod's Librarian's Glossary and Reference Book defines library as. There are different definitions available for the word library, and now we are discussing all those definitions. The first definition is library is a collection of books and other literary materials kept for reading, study, and concentration. And another definition is library is a place, building, or a room or rooms set which are apart for the keeping of book and use of a collection of books, etc. And this is another definition, or this is, you can say, this is the third definition of library. It says that library has a number of books issued by one publisher under a comprehensive title as the Loeb Classical Library, and usually having some general characteristics such as subject, binding, or typography. So they have particular text for their books. This is the fourth definition. A library is a collection of films, photographs, and other non-book materials, plastic or metal tapes, discs, and programs. So what are the plastic tapes or plastic things? This is the CD. You must have seen CDs or pen drives. So they are all the plastic materials. They are not of paper. There are very few, but nowadays we have the new methods of keeping all our information. And this slide is in continuation of the previous slide. Our previous slides were the definitions of library. And in view of those definitions, library is defined as a place in which literary and artistic materials such as books, periodicals, newspapers, pamphlets, and prints, records, tapes, and artifacts are kept for reading, reference, or lending. So, this is the definition of the library. So any person can see all those books for any reference, for getting any information. A library is a place where you can read books and put it back. It is not necessary to make payments for using those books. You can take the membership of the library and read the book and return back that book. Library can also be considered as a collection of such materials, especially when all those materials are systematically arranged. Because systematic arrangement is important, because whenever we need to find any book, then we can easily find that book for which we are trying to search. Subject-wise, we put all those books in a systematic form. And at some libraries, there is a room in private home for such a collection. And also at some places, some institutions, it is like an institution or foundation maintaining such a collection. Now you can see the image of this person. He is a very important person, Dr. S.R. Ranganathan. He is known as father of library science in India. He described the library as a public institution or establishment charged with the care of collection of books and the duty of making them accessible to those who require to use them. So he is the father of library science. Till now, whatever we have understood, this is the review of that part. So we have understood that library is a collection of books and other library or literary materials kept for reading, study, and consultation. The next point which we understood was that library is a place, building, or a room or room set, or you say rooms set, apart for keeping and use of a collection of books, etc. Another definition was that library has a number of books issued by one publisher under a comprehensive title as the Loeb Classical Library, and usually having some general characteristics such as subject or binding or typography, means the text in which their books are printed is kind of similar and professional. Fourth point which we covered and we understood explained that library is a collection of films, photographs, and other non-book materials, plastic or metal tapes, discs, and programs. Like there are some audio files, some video files. We save them and keep them in the plastic form. Now here we will discuss the concept that why do we need libraries? We all know that the purpose of establishing library is to serve the society through the records of human thoughts, ideas, and expressions by making them available to all. Because the books provide us knowledge, and library is a place where we keep the books. Let us now discuss the functions of library. We know that library has many functions, and one of the function is that it collects and provides books as well as other non-book materials to help the people to become aware of the thinking of others in audio or visual form so that other can see those videos and can understand the concept according to their perspective. And all those collection can be used for making awareness purpose. So this is one function of library. Another function of library is that library fosters and promotes the spread of knowledge, education, and culture. So it is a very important function. And another function is that libraries provides facility for formal and informal lifelong self-education in the community. So library provides us different kinds of education material for the development of the community. It can be formal information and also it can be informal information. And these are some more functions. This is the function which preserves the literary and cultural heritage of humanity for posterity as vehicle for culture and material for research. So library is that place which has records of all the information, all the researches done till now. So it is kept as a heritage, you can say the cultural heritage, and also that can be used for further researches and further study work. And this is another function of library, that libraries provides reliable information for all kinds of users, irrespective of age, caste, creed, color, religion, gender, etc. So library provides us a faithful information, reliable information for different kinds of users. That information because is important because that gives us knowledge and also sometimes gives us the identity about us, who we are, who I am. So library is a place where we have faithful information. Now these are some more functions of library. The first function which you can see on screen is it collects resources in order to promote an enlightened citizenship and to enrich personal life. And the last function of library which we are discussing here is it facilitates advancement of culture in the community. Now here we are reviewing all that material which we just understood. We understood the library as a place which collects and provides books as well as other non-book materials to help the people to become aware of the thinking of others. We also understood that libraries fosters and promotes the spread of knowledge, education, and culture. We also understood that libraries provides facility for formal and informal lifelong self-education in the community. Thank you. Namaskar.